I want to ask about the fickle human mind. I am curious about how to control this formless, non-tangible source of emotions.
마음 공부는 인자 시작하잖아요.
So you want to start studying the mind.
인류가 마음 공부
Humanity will soon start to study the mind.
근데 마음 공부는 누구나
However, the study about the mind is not something you can do on your own.
마음은 너희들이 만질 수 있는
Nobody knows what the mind is, as it's not tangible.
수십 번씩 왔다 갔다 네 생각이 왔다 갔다.
The things that change dozens of times in a day are your thoughts, not your mind.
너의 생각이 왜 수십 분 동안 왔다
So why are your thoughts so fickle?
너의 질량이 모질해서
Your thoughts are unstable because your energy level is lacking.
내가 질량이 모질해서
Your quality of energy is weak.
생각을 일으키는 거는 어디서 나오는가?
The source of your thoughts come from your soul.
내 영혼이
Because your soul energy is weak, every time new information comes in, you wonder, should I do this or should I do that? When a person receives new information, it comes in through the eyes, ears, and skin. It comes in through the body. Then where does it go? From the sensory organs, it goes to the brain where thoughts form. So does the information stop at your brain for you to process? No. Your brain is the last destination in your physical body. Where does it go from there? The information goes to the mind. Is the process over in the mind? No, it goes further to the soul. The information is finally processed by the soul. The information is processed depending on the energy level of your soul. This happens instantaneously. The processed information then leaves your soul. The output then passes through the mind and reaches the brain to form a thought. This thought then exits through the speech organ as words. These words are your final product. You may think that humans only produce foods, techniques, and such things, but everything is created by the soul. Information enters your body and goes all the way to the soul, and when it exits, it becomes something else. That's why evolution in animals differs from human evolution. That's how we have produced this thing called the knowledge. And this knowledge has continued to progress through generations to eventually become what is known as common sense. This is energy. Human history over thousands, even 10,000s of years, has created this thing called a common sense. Everything that happened throughout history was to create knowledge and common sense. Through our sacrifices over countless rebirths, we have created the knowledge we have today. This knowledge has incredible energy. All of humanity created history to produce this knowledge. The people who absorb this knowledge are people born with high-quality energy worthy of accepting this knowledge. That's why the current society requires us to have enough good quality energy to live in this advanced environment. So when something of adequate energy comes in, you wonder, maybe I should give this a try. And then when something new comes in, you ponder, maybe I should give that a try. Why? Because you're not receiving definite information appropriate for your energy level. You are not sure if this is right or if that is right, so you keep pondering about it. The reason you think, should I try this or should I try that, is because of your environment. Suppose your parents are financially well off and support you in all your endeavors. You would not wonder, Should I do this or should I do that?
우리 부모님이 돈을 하나도
Suppose your parents are not well off and don't give you any money. You think, should I do that? Will it make money? That would be your thought process.
생각하면 되나요?
Intellectuals should not be thinking about financial success.
생각을 해야지.
You should be thinking about what you are here to do.
그걸 바르게 잡아서
If you do that correctly, the money will follow naturally.
지식인은
Intellectuals must find their calling.
그 할 일은
If you say to yourself,
할 일을 내가
oh,
하고자
I want
하는데
to do this, but I don't have the money to do it, then don't do it.
경비가 많이 들 수
Don't
있는
try
할
to
일을
do things that are beyond your capacity.
그러면 할 수 있습니다. 근데 이거는 뭐
For example, there is high quality work and you want to do it, but if it costs over $30 million, should you really attempt that? No matter how good something seems, you should do what is practically feasible and grow the scale of your work little by little. That's how you will eventually get there. No matter how amazing a job or task is, you start from the environment you are currently in. If you do that well, then the next step is guaranteed to come to you. You try to skip a step and reach the top destination? That will never happen. You were only looking at the goal at the top. That's why it doesn't go well. Why? You have been blinded by the thought of making a living. That's why you go back and forth. If no task has been given to you, still find something to do from your current situation. Don't try to do it for the money. Do it consistently and do it well. Then somebody will come and ask to do it together. Then do that with them. When you do this consistently well, then someone else will come to join. God is watching over you, taking care of you without even a 0.1 millimeter margin of error. It will work out. Do not try to do things that are outside of your ability. No matter how small the task may look, do it genuinely. The next step will come for sure. Trust in this. This is where that biblical phrase fits right in. Those who trust in the Lord for help will find their strength renewed. Make sure you understand what it really means by trust in the Lord. Fools pray, I trust God to give me that building. They are trusting in the wrong way. Trust in God's work means that if you absorb the environment provided to you well and fulfill your duty, you will be given fortune and abilities. You are to trust in this. No matter how smart and qualified you are, given your present condition, do your best within that environment. Somebody will be watching you from afar and will come to you. A parent will see this and provide help. On the contrary, your parents won't have enough to assist you if you plan to achieve too high a goal. A parent saw your hard work and commitment within the given environment. They will say, it's time I support my child, and will come to your aid. Then you continue to do the next thing well, and your supporter will say, I can support them some more. Because your parents are aiding you in the right way, the money will come to your parents to find its way to you. You don't have to be greedy for money. This is how money moves. There is a principle of money flow, where the money flows exactly to appropriate people. There are people who should receive money, and there are people who should not get money. Intellectuals accumulate knowledge to do their job. If intellectuals do their job well, then money will flow naturally to the person who will support this intellectual. Do you understand what I mean? Do not be greedy. The right path will open up without being greedy.
한 걸음부터 하세요.
Take one step at a time. Start with one step. You can achieve it in no time.
오케이.